Introducing the Hayley Crochet Hat designed by Dame Zandra Rhodes using the West Yorkshire Spinners ColourLab in double knit. We are going to be making version 1. This is in 2 colorways, the Perfectly Plum and Zandra's Rainbow. Now it is important for you to get the correct tension or else you will get the wrong size for your hat. The recommended crochet hook size is 4 millimeters. For my case, I actually end up with a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. I do start the chain row, which is, it asks us to make 87 chains with a slightly larger hook. So I start off with a larger hook and then I change to the crochet hook size that I get the correct tension with. So it's a simple enough pattern. So after you make 87 chains, you are going to be making treble crochet stitches along the first row, and the same thing for the following rows. So here, this is our second row, third row, up to the point wherein you get approximately 4 centimeters in the plum color. And then we attach the second colorway, which is Zandra's Rainbow, and then we chain 3, and then we follow the pattern for row 2. After chaining 3, you skip the first stitch and then work a treble chain throughout this row. And then you're just going to follow the crochet pattern. Of course, the pattern asks you to shape the crown by decreasing stitches. You are going to be making an edging, which you start off, you go back to the first row and then work a double crochet throughout. And then the last row is actually called a crab stitch. So in this video, as you can see, I am left-handed. So instead of turning your work, you simply do a double crochet stitches, but in a crab stitch method. And then we are going to be closing this hat. So in this case, in this video, you can see that this is actually the wrong side, or the inside part of the hat. So I'm stitching together using a yarn needle, closing from one edge. And I'm going to be doing the same thing from the top. And then these two yarn ends should meet somewhere in the middle or somewhere in between the two ends. So here, this is the top end. So binding the edges together. And then after these two overlap, you do want a little bit of overlap, then all you have to do is tie them together a number of times. So I like to tie mine at least 3 times. Not too much that you get a bit of like a thick layer of yarn. So there you go. Another method, if you don't like the look of the join, is to work in the round. So instead of turning your work for every row, I would join into the next row and simply work my treble stitches in the round. So here I am working the decreasing stitches for this method. So essentially the only difference between this method and the original method is that I am working in the round. So the advantage of this second method is you only need to join the top part of your hat. Of course, you need to remember to do the edging for this method as well, working a double crochet at the bottom edge and a crab stitch as well. After this, you should be able to make 2 small flowers and 2 large flowers to decorate your hat, but I'm not going to be including this in this tutorial. We'll see you in the next video.